It's been a tough week for hedge fund billionaire Ken Griffin, also known as Kenny G, on social media. This after we learned that there were communications between executives at the trading platform Robinhood and Citadel Securities. This before the Jan 28th move where they prohibited buying of a number of so-called meme stocks, including GameStop and AMC. The talks were acrimonious and they smacked with desperation and many believe illegal collusion. It was highlighted by this internal chat message on January 27th, where Robinhood President Jim Swartwout said, "You wouldn't believe the convo had with Citadel. Total mess." Joining me now, former SEC attorney Lisa Bergranza of Bergranza Law. Lisa, all week Ken Griffin lied, trending on social media. Might have broken some sort of record there. Citadel Securities, in the meantime, broke their silence with a series of tweets that I personally don't think helped their cause. You've had a chance to look at all of this. What's your thoughts?
Thanks, Charles. It's pretty amazing when you see a big, sophisticated company like Citadel respond to this kind of criticism. I mean, honestly, they stopped listening to their lawyers and started listening to their PR folks. And the tweets don't really help. I absolutely agree with you. Lots of stuff that they're saying is, vintage back from January, February of this year. It does not reflect the new information that just came out. So it's a little puzzling.
Yeah, and then there's the Citadel Securities, there's Citadel, the hedge fund. There's a lot of ways you can technically say, no, we didn't speak to them because another entity did. And they're sort of all under the umbrella of Ken Griffin. And I just think what people are looking for here is just greater transparency. At this point, since, I don't know, do they wait for the case to come to a conclusion? People out there really now say they smell a rat and they think something is wrong.
I think the information that came out in the most recent class action complaint filing was pretty explosive. And it's an odd thing for Citadel to be saying, first of all, that, I, Ken Griffin, did not talk with Vlad Tenev. Oh, who cares? The two entities are communicating. We know that now from these communications that have come out and are cited in this new complaint. So now, it appears that Citadel's theory is, that they're trying to sell everybody in the world on, is that if the DTCC, which is that clearing entity that sets can establish margin calls and require additional margin from brokers, and Citadel seems to be saying, since DTCC demanded that Robinhood put up an additional $3 billion to cover its trading, that absolves Citadel completely of any possible wrongdoing, and that just seems ridiculous. All decisions made by companies, by individuals, are the function of a whole lot of information, and to say just because there happens to be this great email from Citadel's standpoint, right, demanding $3 billion, that does not whitewash everything else. So I think it's going to be really important for the SEC and for class action lawyers and frankly for the public, given that Citadel has decided that wants to talk about this in the public realm. It's important for everyone to be able to see what was the mix of information that Robinhood had. I mean, there were all kinds of things that Robinhood was probably considering at that time. When you're talking to DTCC and they are telling you have to put up an additional $3 billion, I am sure that it's just not an on-off switch. There's probably, there are different things that can happen. And as we saw, they didn't put up $3 billion, but they did establish, some trading restrictions. Well, what else did they consider? Maybe they chose the trading restrictions because that's good for Citadel.
Yeah, and that's the question. And, a lot of people are drawing their own conclusions, but certainly there's something there, right? When they say there's, if you see smoke, there might be fire. With these emails.